Okay. Moleni, moleni. Oh, perfect. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sit in with me, Miss Apani. Yo, my voice is gone. But nonetheless, we'll still do the video. I've been postponing to do this video, and I think sometimes because we kind of like wait to research of what you want to talk about and state a bit of facts, but at the same time, I think that most of the time when we think about certain topics, it is our opinion and it is our understanding and our maturity at that time. So I think that's very important to always mention, so that even if it's your thoughts at that point and that's your understanding and that's your belief at that time, if you are awakened with some new information, you will feel different. You'll probably have a different opinion because you're aware and you know certain things, and yeah. So um so today we were running 21 kilometers, monster race. So the full race is a 32 kilometers, but I did a 21 kilometers along with my brother and my sister-in-law. And So let me explain to you in terms of my feelings, my understanding, how I probably try to conquer the race, and yeah, just my basic experience of running. Okay, yes, I've been running 21 kilometers. It's not nothing new to me, but because I gave birth in 2018 and I had to stop for a while, going back there, and I haven't been consistent. So the reason why I was so excited, because the first time I did the race, I did a 10-kilometer mini monster, and they only introduced a 21-kilometer monster last year. And I think it's just one of those things. If you're not ready for a 21 or 32, then there's a race in the middle that you can at least do. And yeah. So, for example, if you noticed with races, the start of the race and the finish of the race is obviously at the same place. But nonetheless, so sometimes when you, in terms of your mental space, when you start the race, you're nervous, you are happy, you're excited that you are doing this thing, and at the same time you're asking yourself if you're going to survive it. So you start running, and obviously nibaningi kugcwele nibaningi, and because nibaningi, there's a bit of motivation, and you end up pacing to other people's pace. Like you end up running go pacing batho ba bangwe. Along the journey of running, it's literally a mind over matter situation where sometimes you just don't feel like running that steep hill. Like it feels like it's too hard, your legs can't do it anymore, and you have to push yourself by motivating yourself. Sometimes you'll start singing songs in your head so that you can push. Sometimes you just want to give up nje, like ngiyawalk angizingeni, angenzeli umuntu omunye. You'll start saying a lot of things to yourself, because it's just, sometimes it's just hard. Some routes are like so easy. It's like, oh, wow, I can't believe I finished the 3-kilometer so easy, effortlessly. And for me, that's my experience with races, and that's how I feel, and mentally, that's the kind of like the space I go in. Today ngiyafuna, now, like, and for that one few kilometer, I'm doing really good. For that other kilometer, it's extremely bad. For the other kilometer, I probably need to motivate myself and continue doing it. And I like to compare relationships like running races. So, and this is how I'll explain what I mean by that. So, are you and your partner running the same race? So, firstly, meaning that, is the vision the same? Because if you're running, so there's, for example, you'll be running 21 kilometers midi help, and you'll be doing 21 kilometers tax. So these are two different races. But if you guys are both running the same race, you don't have to run it in the same pace. However, you will experience the same things eventually, you know. And I'm saying you don't have to run it the same pace because our maturity are funny. But even in the relationship, there are times where you feel like, I just want to give up. Ngoku. And few hours down the line, you are happy as if nothing happened. Few years down the line, you push yourself to say, no, we can do this. And sometimes it's just hard. Like, hey, yes, it's these things are just not meant for me, and you just want to quit there and there. And races are like that, relationships are like that. So are you and your partner running the same race? And also meaning that, is your vision with your relationship the same? Do you guys have the same dreams, the same vision, the same mentality, the same perception about that relationship? How you see your spouse and how your spouse sees you, is it the same? Because I believe if you guys are running the same race, the start and the finish iyafana. We know where we are going. We know what is go that grassroots, you know. We know that, oh, we've started here. We know where we are ending. We know at 5 kilometers here there was a step going up, and you find the other person is stronger in hills and the other person is stronger in flat roads. The other person is stronger in downhills and other person is stronger when, for example, the road is like rocky and watery, you know, and you'll have to pull each other. You have to support each other and pull each other so that you guys can make it through that particular distance. And hence I'm saying, are you and your partner running the same race? You know, you don't have to mature obviously at the same time. That's not going to happen. But eventually we become in sync, you know. And for sometimes very certain things, it's the things that you think about to asking yourself. It's the things that you ask yourself if you and your spouse or you and your partner are running the same race. Because I feel like if you are running the same race, regardless of how rocky the road can be, you will pull each other together because we know this is where we are going. So I compare relationships and what you call this thing, I compare relationships to races. I know some people's like, no, I compare relationships to dance. But yeah, I compare them to a race. So also there's certain principles that you do in racing. So when you can't just yavuka ekuseni ugijima 21 kilometers without preparing. So oftentimes I like to say that look at the areas of your life that you are doing really good at, you know. For example, if I'm running and I know every single day I'm running 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers, and you're disciplined to it, you are consistent, and on race day, you know, all the hard work that you've been putting in, yabonagala, you know, yabonagala. So in races, in relationships, the same thing. It's when you read the book of seven habits of highly effective people, they speak about the emotional bank account. So if together with that emotional bank account and together with the mentality and slight edge to saying it's the small daily disciplines that you would do on a regular basis to reach that particular point, that vision that you guys both have. So are you, for example, are you conscious? And I think that's one of the things I've been learning about myself, that I try by all means to be aware, to be conscious, to be intentional about anything. It doesn't matter what it is, but anything. But it's a journey. It's a journey. But when you are now aware, when you are conscious today, the reason why I'm doing 1, 2, 3 is because this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to achieve. You stick at it, you know. Other people talk about vision boards and so forth so that you can keep yourself motivated. And I learned something, that you can actually create frames of the life that you want. So as opposed to you putting pictures, like cutting pictures from a magazine. So for example, if you want to ke tla reng, if you want to be a life coach, and if you want to be a speaker, if you whatever you want to be, you can actually take a picture of you doing that thing and frame it and put it up your wall, because every day, actually, I actually have to make, and like for example, with anything that you are doing, you will ask yourself, what does that activity get you to that particular vision? Is that activity getting you to that dream that you want? So, and that's the headspace I'm in. But because I've been saying I'm gonna do this video, and I reckon, like, because today I just ran my 21-kilometer monster. I was so excited, guys. I was so nervous. I wasn't, and also because I was nervous because I knew we were gonna run Klaprokop, but I was like, no, there's no way they will make us run Klaprokop, because Klaprokop is like, you driving to Klaprokop, yes, your car is going to just get on some really, really bad steep. So I thought to myself, how are we going to do this Klaprokop? Running it even worse. But to be honest, it's like, man, if it indlulile angizwanga, but the race was beautiful. I'm only actually feeling now like pains to say, yeah, I'm really tired, but I'm grateful for it as well. But there was, yeah, man, like, she released a video, I can't remember who it was, but she was saying, this woman was saying that marriage, relationship, it's actually survival of the fittest. You basically have to hold on to it. You have to fight, but I mean, like, not fight, but I mean, just like whatever you're trying to achieve in life, you fight for that thing, you pray about it, you need to do the same thing. So at times you will want to give up, and it's okay. At times you'll want to, you just don't want to do it, but it's life. It's called life. Les Brown will say, suck it up. But yeah, like sometimes I think you ask yourself, I ask myself, if there's certain things you can handle, if there's certain things, you ask yourself if you'll actually survive in it. Pray about it. I'm currently reading The Power of Positive Thinking, and it's what, it's kind of forcing me to shift the way I view a lot of things, but at the same time, I think it's also making me question my vision. It's making me question my prayers. It's making me question how I do certain things, and importantly, the mind as well. Because if you expect the worst, you will receive the worst. And also being careful about your subconscious mind, because sometimes you say, I'm expecting positive things, but in the subconscious mind, you are not. So for me, the subconscious mind would be something inside you, or that intuition that's just not, that you're just uneasy with certain things. But yeah, I think I just don't want to do the video very long. Well, it's already on 12 minutes. But yeah, I didn't want to do the video very long. But I think my question to couples, to people is, are you running? Are you running the same race? Is your vision the same? Like, are you guys working as a team into achieving whatever you are trying to do? Well, yes, you might be working in different jobs, but at the end of the day, the vision must be the same, I think. The vision to where we are going needs to be the same. And I think also it's hard to actually explain and make someone else understand your vision, and also them giving you their perception and their dream to say, this is what I want. And I think also because we don't communicate as well, and we don't tell each other, and oh yeah, let's just say we don't communicate in terms of this is what we want. And yeah, like life crisis in J. Am I life crisis? But yeah, that's what I just wanted to share. Yeah. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Like and comment. I'm not sure if I'm even saying this J or Gunzagalan, but yeah, let me not keep this video too long. And I think I'm also burning in this car. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good afternoon. Yes.